Thank you, Tony, for talking the walk in an excellent way. It is now my pleasure to introduce Amel Karboul, former Minister of Tourism from Tunisia. And my question is the following. The Commission discusses that we must see financing for education in a broader perspective. Can you explain what the so-called systems performance implies? The system performance that is also described in the Commission's report.
In one sentence, successful education systems put results front and center. Today, in too many parts of the world, more money is not leading to better outcomes. The Commission set out to understand why this is and why similar investments and reforms are producing different outcomes in different places. In Vietnam, 96% of students met minimum standards in the secondary school level international learning assessment, while other countries that spend similar budgets achieve much lower results. So since, for various reasons, we won't be able to send all children to Vietnam, we better get ahead with systems reforms. Reform efforts that failed to yield success often focused on the wrong results. For example, focusing on the enrollment at the expense of learning, or taking a piecemeal approach to reform rather than a systemic one. A failure to understand and to manage the cultural and behavioral drivers of change, and a lack of coherence. Strong, results-driven systems, on the other hand, are those which ensure coherence across goals, policies, and spending. Kind of a clear route from policy to implementation, and effective governance and accountability. The Commission recommends 3 steps toward creating these results-driven systems. First, national decision-makers need to set national standards, assess learning, monitor progress, and make this information public. And Kristin will talk more about this. Secondly, we recommend that decision-makers invest in what is proven to deliver the best results. What works best in improving learning is better understood than ever. But too little of this knowledge makes it into policy and education policy. And finally, improving performance requires cutting waste and cracking down on the inefficiency and corruption that inhibits students from learning. We know today, however, that in states where systems and governance may be weak, additional support for capacity building is needed. As a minister, I have experienced firsthand that even the best thought-out reforms can fail if you have underperforming systems. Capacity building support must be provided by international partners to strengthen fragile state institutions. While many education systems still today are focused on the management and regulation of input, finances, buildings, teachers, and textbooks, their approach must shift to emphasizing the management of outcomes, asking and answering the question, are children and young people learning and preparing for adult life? Strong leaders are very clear about the outcomes they want to achieve, and they design all aspects of the system to achieve these outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very thoughtful intervention.